Welcome along in everyone to the Red Card Radio News Hour. We hope to be the best single repository that you need for all the news regarding the English Premier League and any surrounding competitions that English clubs are involved with. As always, that's Brad. He supports Chelsea. Down below, that's Sean. He supports Spurs. My name is James. I support Arsenal. Of course, we're coming to you guys. We are in the midst of an international break at this point. So, that's upsetting. That's sad. But the news never stops. So if you're new here, first time listening, checking back in with us, you've watched one of our videos in the past and you're like, oh, it came back on the algorithm, whatever. If you could hit that subscribe button, give us a follow, ring the sub notification bell, give the video a thumbs up, all those things. Leave us a comment. All those things really help us out. If you're on a podcast audio version, 5-star rate review, all those things. Anything you can do that you think would help us, we appreciate. We would love for that. Share it with a friend who supports somebody or getting into soccer. We'd love to hear from them. Leave us a comment because we would love to hear from you as well. Because on Red Card Radio, we do enjoy talking about comments, and that is where we are starting tonight. We have two comments that kind of actually go hand in hand. First is from Joel. Second is from Jimmy. Joel has a hot take for you, Brad.
Ooh, let's hear this. It's probably wrong.
Todd Boehly is on his way to being the worst, most embarrassing, most disliked club owner in Premier League history. But wait, Jimmy comes in too. Jimmy says, at this point, if I'm any manager, I would think twice about taking a Chelsea job. Graham Potter probably the only possible manager they could have picked because he's an unproven up-and-comer who's looking to get at a prestigious club. At this point, what top-end manager would ever want to go to Chelsea? Oh, this is the slander that I'm here for.
Wait. So Todd Boehly is the worst, most embarrassing, most disliked club owner in PL history. And that's from Joel.
Yeah, this is from a Newcastle supporter.
Newcastle supporter who's owned by Saudi Arabia.
Time out. Saudi Arabia.
Think about his previous owner.
There we go, Sean. The Saudi Arabia part's not even the bad part. It's the Mike Ashley connection. So you've got a Newcastle fan who suffered through Mike Ashley for 10 or 15 years or however long Mike Ashley owned Newcastle, and he's bringing that heat for Todd Boehly.
Do you think he's just mad because he expected Newcastle to spend like Todd did?
No.
Do we think there's jealousy here?
I
think he's wrong. I think he's wrong. I think this window Todd did the best he could with what he had while cleaning out and rebuilding the infrastructure of Chelsea. And to Jimmy's point, you can't judge an owner that's been in the building 100 days to say that they're going to pull the rug off of every manager.
Time out.
You
made it a critical assessment of what he did this summer and then told Jimmy he's not allowed to do that one sentence later.
You can't say that he's going to fire every manager the way that Abramovich did because he fired the manager that was there when he bought the team. That's not an unfair statement to say.
But he also suggested to a person who football has been an integral part of their life, his entire life, and he's in his 40s. He suggested to him to play a 4-4-3.
Oh,
that's true.
Okay. But he brought the paycheck, and now and we're in line to have a sporting director here before January. We have, I think, the coach that will be there for the next 5 or more years.
Let's take this point by point, though. Let's take this point by point. They did both revolve around Todd Boehly and Chelsea. So Todd Boehly's on his way to be the worst, most embarrassing, most disliked club owner in Premier League history. That, I think, specifically stems from this asinine idea of a all-star game. This absolutely just terrible, stupid, overly Americanized idea of doing an all-star game.
So I have a question about this. So is it because he says he wants to do the all-star game to make money for the pyramid, to make money? What if, does this have the same hatred? And this is a question for our listeners. does the All-Star game have the same amount of hatred for the Premier League if it's for like charity instead of just a money grab? Because I think they see it as an American trying to make money, trying to get back some of his investment. And that's a fair thing to say. And the schedule is clogged, and I really don't want another game. But I think some form of an all-star game or an all-star competition or an all-star weekend, like even if it's like a skills contest, like I don't think that's a bad idea. Whether it's feasible or not is a different conversation, but I don't think it's a bad idea.
All-star games in soccer are stupid. And let me tell you why. What are the most exciting soccer games that we watch? Football at its highest form.
Aggressive.
Football at its highest form is when you have a team that's played together, they have a system, and they execute that system together very well at a high level. You know, they're fast paced, they pass the ball, they work in tandem in a group. It's 11 players being on the same page with the manager, doing things properly.
Okay.
And then we're gonna take 2 players from each club in the north and 2 players from each club in the south, and we're going to just mash them together for 90 minutes, and it's going to be stupid. The reason why all-star games in basketball work well is because it's just a skills competition. Basketball requires no specific, especially professional basketball. Professional basketball requires no specific like formation, setup. Those things happen. Some people run offenses and things like that, but it's mostly bygone at this point. It's just individual greatness outshining against other individual greatness. And the NBA all-star game is perfect for that because no one plays any defense, and then you just have people dunking for 2 hours.
So instead of an all-star game, what if it was a skills competition? We're way off track where we're supposed to be.
That sounds even worse.
Why?
Why do I need to see Kevin De Bruyne kick a ball and see if he can make it land perfectly on the crossbar and make it stop? Like, that's such a stupid thing. Like skills challenges are always gimmicky. They're always dumb. It's just a waste of time. It seems so stupid. Play football, the regular season, play the cups, get this all-star crap out of here. It doesn't work in soccer. It sucks.
I would like to present you with a team and see if it changes your mind.
It sucks.
So the North.
It sucks in every sport except for basketball. In basketball, it sucks too, just less.
Hold on, pause. I think I disagree with
basketball.
You.
One sucks the worst.
Basketball is a good all-star contest.
They don't even care.
Hold on. The best all-star game, like the most competitive all-star game being played, is baseball.
Yes.
So you're 1,000% wrong.
Okay, but
it does work for baseball.
That's not high-level baseball, though.
There is no such thing as high-level baseball.
Whoa, sir.
Shots fired.
Anyways, I'm just going to ignore him, and I'm going to run down the team for you. So this would be the North, and you can argue this at your own will. Allison in goal. The back line would be Cancelo, Van Dijk, Varane, Arnold. They're going to run a 4-1-2-3. So Casemiro in front of them, with Thiago and De Bruyne in front of them. So probably a 4-3-3.
There you go.
With Thiago playing the 8. And then across the front, Ronaldo, Haaland, Salah.
Why is Ronaldo
anywhere near this lineup?
Oh, because it's an all-star game.
Because he's Ronaldo. All right, so
the dude doesn't even start for Manchester United. He's starting for the All-Star teams.
The South team, is going to be a 4-2-3-1, and that's going to be Lloris in the back.
It's already wrong, but okay.
It is.
What, you got Ramsdale in there?
Mendy, bro.
Mendy.
It's Mendy. This is wrong. The correct goalkeeper for the South is Mendy. That is the correct goalkeeper. Zinchenko at left back.
I'll take it.
It should be Tierney or Chilwell.
It should be Chilwell, but I'm okay with Zinchenko.
Tierney and Zinchenko are both better than Chilwell, so it doesn't matter.
You're wrong, but that's okay.
All right,
that's
whatever.
Okay. Whatever.
So the center backs are Koulibaly and Romero.
It's
probably wrong.
Thiago and Romero.
It's probably Romero. Yeah, Romero and
Romero.
Anyways, Daniel James on
Thiago.
the right.
Who?
Daniel James on the right.
Are you sure it's not Reece James?
What's his name?
It's Reece
Reece
James.
Reece
James?
James. I'm sorry.
Daniel
Sorry.
James.
I was just watching him earlier. I'm sorry. All right, and then we had the two in front, two center defensive mids in front of them. We've got Declan Rice and Conte.
Yeah.
Not
That's
bad.
probably correct. Odegaard as the center attacking mid.
I'll buy it.
And then the three out front are Heung-min Son, Harry Kane, and Sterling on the right, which
Yes.
is
Saka.
Sterling's played on the right before.
Yeah, but Sterling's a left winger. Like, let's be honest.
he's a left winger.
Play Saka in his position.
He's played on the right a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
fine,
plays-
whatever.
But you can't remove Son to put in Sterling.
Yeah, no. I agree with you. I say drop Sterling.
You can remove Sterling to put in Saka, but
Yes.
you can't remove Son to put in Sterling.
That's what I'm proposing. I'm not interested in that in the slightest.
That would be fun to watch them
I think
play.
that would be fun.
It would
but
be
here's the thing that would suck
boring.
is if one of them got injured, it would be terrible.
No, and the reason why no one would get injured because nobody would be trying. And this is why when MLS schedules their All-Star game, they schedule it against a European team coming for fitness. And the MLS team is like, "Oh, we're going to show these people that we're good and like the MLS is real and we're good at playing soccer and blah blah blah." And then they play against PSG and PSG plays Messi for 15 minutes and then they bring on all of their second team
Tries.
because they don't want to get kicked by these MLS players who are try-harding. It's just dumb. It's a stupid idea.
No, I don't even think the MLS tryhards. They know. They
do.
Like that's.
Some
No,
of
they
them
do. Some when you get the ball and you get to go buy a PSG defender, a Premier League defender, you're trying. Whether the Premier League defender is trying or not.
It's just dumb, man. It's stupid. I'm with Joel. This is a dumb idea. Jimmy's point.
Let's get back to
Jimmy's point about Graham being the only potential person that Chelsea could have signed. Because
I think he's the best candidate. Well, no, I don't think he's the best candidate. I think he's the best candidate for what Todd Bowley wants to do. Because I don't think Zidane. I think Zidane is another Tuchel in that Zidane's gonna be like, no, I want this person. I don't care why you want that.
I mean,
right?
I don't know. I think Zidane's pedigree. So my point about this, I think Abramovich would have went and got Zidane. If he was going to fire Tuchel, he would have went and got Zidane. I don't think he would have been hiring Graham Potter.
I agree. And that's another reason why this is a different era. I don't see, even if whatever reason we don't get top four, Graham Potter is still our manager starting next season.
Generally, I agree with you. I don't think that we're going to see the same quick trigger finger from Bowley as we did from Abramovich. I think that there's 60 million reasons why Graham Potter is going to be around for 5 years, at least 3 or 4. But they gave him an absurd contract. And I think the only way Potter leaves is if he goes to take the England job. Because there was rumblings of Potter taking over for Southgate after the World Cup. Now,
should have.
Obviously, that's not going to happen.
Should have been before the World Cup.
Before.
Yeah, but
Southgate's a moron.
But sometimes I agree with you, but sometimes you don't want to be a national team manager. That's not for everybody. Now, as an Englishman, like that's why Southgate took the job. That's why whoever takes it after Southgate will probably be English.
Big Sam.
Oh, he had his chance. I don't know. It seems to me that Chelsea were kind of looking for a project manager and trying to change the culture around their club, and so they're like, let's just take everything that worked at Brighton and we'll just take all of it. It's not just the manager. We'll take the recruitment people. We'll take all the coaches. We'll just take the whole setup, and we'll be Brighton, London.
So that team, the 3 of the 5 that came with, have been with Graham Potter since Sweden.
Yeah, they're a team.
So I don't know if it's necessarily Brighton as if this is Potter's team.
Well,
and a new goalkeeper coach, I am excited for. I do not like Hilario.
Well,
I'm excited for a new goalkeeper coach.
Well, maybe you should get excited for scoring goals, because that's your biggest issue is you guys don't score goals.
That's next.
I don't know
on the list.
I can see what Jimmy's saying.
Apparently, Broch is set up to start. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Well, you know that we're going to that Todd is willing to spend money for you. or for the club, whatever.
He's not going to always spend 300 million though. There's no way.
No, but I think FFP is about to get a lot stricter.
No, it's not.
So like these couple because you have to show it's going to be closer to the Spain and Germany model.
Yeah, it's more, it's different, but it's
right.
You can only use a certain percentage of your revenue.
Right. So you had to produce more revenue to keep spending the way that the clubs are spending. Yeah. So sure, but I'm not mad at Graham Potter. Like I say Graham Potter, like if we rewind this 18 months ago before Nuno, I say Graham Potter should be at the top of Spurs list if it's not Conte. So like maybe this is Chelsea's version of Poch, and he goes actually win some shit instead of Pochettino failing all over the place.
Why is Pochettino catching strays?
I mean, he's available
because he deserves it. He was available and was willing. And hell no, I don't want Pochettino anywhere near the squad.
He put us in the position we are. Like, I'm not gonna throw hate his way.
Hold on,
of course you're not.
Time out. What's your biggest concern with Pochettino, Brad?
He failed with PSG.
So you don't think he wins? You think he doesn't win?
He failed with Tottenham.
You think he doesn't?
He won a couple of trophies, but if you looked at PSG, what do you expect PSG to do?
Okay, I'm just trying to get high level stuff on why you don't like Pochettino, because you said that Graham Potter would be a good manager for Tottenham.
So look,
hold on, because you were trying to say that he's got like the right profile for Tottenham. He would be at the level of Tottenham, and now you're saying Graham Potter's a good fit for Chelsea.
No. Okay, you're missing what I'm missing.
Level. I'm just saying that have your standards
words. You're
he's taking words here. No, he's taking words that you said.
He's putting words in my mouth.
You put the words in your mouth. You put the words in your own mouth.
Was Pochettino coming from Southampton to Tottenham? Southampton was hugely on the rise with Poch, and then he bottled it at Tottenham. Brighton is on the rise. Like Brighton has been on the rise.
Okay, so you want a manager to bottle it at Chelsea? Got it. Understood. That's what you just said.
Okay. Chelsea doesn't bottle though. Chelsea doesn't bottle.
You just said that.
Chelsea gets the trophies.
We'll see.
I'm saying like the profile of an up and coming coach before he catches fire.
Roman's Chelsea. Didn't you say it was a different club?
It's true. I don't know.
We still winning trophies.
We'll see. We'll see.
No, Roman's Chelsea got trophies.
Yeah, that was the only iteration of Chelsea that won trophies. So there's 20 years where they were relevant. We'll see.
That's not true. They did win a European. They did win a European Cup in 1998.
Dang, you know, Sean has a lexicon of trophies because he hasn't won one so long.
I got to learn when y'all won trophies because mine's pretty short. My list is pretty short, so I got to learn when y'all won trophy.
This has gone far longer than any of us anticipated.
Because the All-Star game.
Quickly, because it's a stupid idea. Round up for last week's end of the European Champions League, Europa League, stuff like that. So match week 2 is in the books almost entirely. Of course, that Arsenal PSV Eindhoven game was suspended in the Europa League. So just kind of quick high-level recap. Sporting and Spurs played Tuesday last. Sporting won that game 2-0. Liverpool Ajax played Tuesday last. Liverpool won 2-1. Bayern and Barca played a 2-0 victory for Bayern Munich. Then on Wednesday, Chelsea came in against Salzburg. Graham Potter's first competitive match as Chelsea manager. That game ends in a frustrating 1-1 draw for Chelsea. City and Dortmund. Erling Haaland welcomed Dortmund to Manchester City. And
he's a freak.
He scored a goal.
Scored
a freak of a goal.
He scored a goal at least 7 feet in the air with his foot.
It's ridiculous. They win that game 2-1. I put Juventus versus Benfica on here because that's kind of a big titan of European football. And we got a Juve supporter who's a loyal listener. Juve are not doing well right now. They lost that game 2-1 at home. They did then turn around and lose this weekend to Monza I think they were at Monza this weekend, but Juve
Juve are going to be the reason I lose my manager.
I was gonna say, is Conte coming home?
He's going home.
Why would Conte go back? Why would Conte leave Spurs, where he's gotten very good support, to go to Juve? Like, they just look
It's home, baby.
shambles.
It's his home, baby.
Yeah, I don't know. My thought about Juve is they should have just kept Pirlo 2
You
years ago.
don't have that competitive spirit of like, oh, I can fix that.
But the thing is, he's already done it. He won 4 straight Scudetti at Juve. Conte would go back to Juve if they were perennially winning the Scudetto and he wanted to win a Champions League. Like, so he's already proven that he can take Juve to the next level and have them win Scudettos. I don't think he goes back to Juve to rebuild Juve to winning Scudettos. I don't see Conte doing that. I don't see it happening.
It's unsettling. I will say that.
No, I don't
scared.
I don't think he
Sean's
needs to be worried.
Yeah, I guess I'm scared. I finally got a good manager, and the motherfucker, his home club.
You finally have a good manager that was backed, because Jose's a great manager.
Yeah, that's true.
He was not backed. Brad was real hyped about this United match against the Sheriffs.
I really wanted Sheriff to win.
No. United won that game 2-0. Cristiano Ronaldo scored a penalty against Sheriff and then celebrated real big, as he is accustomed to doing. But that's how the UEFA competitions broke down this weekend. Brad, do you have any thoughts about that Chelsea Salzburg game? We talked about Spurs last week, so we don't really need to talk about that match, but
we need to score more goals. I really want us to try Brocha up front, like for a whole game, not just the last 10 minutes. I think that changes a lot of things. I'm not mad at Oba being here. I think Oba coming off the bench, I think is a difference maker instead of Broja. I think Broja needs time to settle in because he's younger. So I think over the course of the game he'll play better.
Well, I think the idea is that, like, if you have a established player like Oba, like he can be, like, you would expect him to be able to just be up for it coming off the bench. Whereas Broja, a young player, you might expect them to not be as effective coming off the bench, perhaps, maybe. I don't know.
Correct. And that lineup was like, okay, if you're a senior player, you're playing Aspi, Thiago, of course, Cucurella, Sterling, Kovacic, Jorginho, Mount, James, Oba, Havertz. Everybody that's already established there.
With Conte injured, I think your best lineup includes Kovacic and Mount in the middle.
Interesting.
And then you have Sterling and Pulisic on either wing. And it's a 4-4-2, but then the top two are Broja and Aubameyang.
Oh wow,
I think that's
super offensive.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like that is your best lineup with your defense that you have. Other than Reece James, everyone can defend across the back.
Well, the thing about Sterling and Pulisic is they both they don't like to stay out wide. They like to get in. They like to be more central. So it's going to be super narrow.
Both of them cut in. Yeah, both of them cut in, and I like that because it creates space.
Where though?
It creates passing lanes.
For who? What?
For Reece on the outside.
No,
and Chilwell on the outside.
No, for
Oba and Broja.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying, Brad, and I take that, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. But if you're playing and both of your wingers in your midfield are cutting in, and you've essentially at that point got a 4-2-2-2, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just 2-2.
Like Tuchel played.
Yeah, and so, like, it's just really narrow, and the defense can just super compact, and even if your wingbacks get high, even if your fullbacks get high and cross the ball in, it's still a super compact low block, and it's going to be really difficult. Aubameyang's not a guy that's going to score headers like that. Broja might be, but Sterling's not. Pulisic's not. Like, so, like, this just does not sound enticing to me.
I think I kind of want a 3-5-2 or a 3-4-1-2. And I think the middle pair is going to be Gallagher and Kovacic without Conte.
I don't know.
And then Mount in front of them to Sterling and Broja is what I would want to see. With Reece and Chilwell on the outside.
I know it's going away from goal, but I just imagine the wings diving in and the strikers heading out, and then it just cycles back.
But why?
And then
Why would Oba? Why would especially? I could see Oba doing it because Oba's
just
actually
floating.
Yeah, Oba's more effective on the wing anyway. He's better as a winger, like on the left, than he is like
Then
as a
maybe
nine.
he'll place right mid.
No, well, you don't want to do that with Oba. Like he's not going to put the
No.
work. He doesn't have the work rate to do that. You need him in a 4-3-3 on the left, in my opinion, with somebody who's really good on the ball, like who can pass it and release him. I don't know what Chelsea's issues. I don't know how to. I mean, I know what Chelsea's issues are. Their issues, and this has been Chelsea's issue for the last 4 years, is goals. You guys have not found
Maybe
goals
longer than that.
since you got
It's
rid
longer
of
than
Costa.
that. Yeah, but it's more than 4 years.
Well, I've been harping on
Like
it.
6 years.
Okay, fine. 6 years. Fine with me, but I've been harping
6
on
years.
it. I've been harping on it for 4 years at least. Is that for some reason, regardless of what you guys do, regardless of how you recruit and spend money, you for some reason just can't find goals, and it happens every year. And every year, the question is not whether the question is, will Chelsea be competitive enough in the goal scoring department to be competitive in the league?
Yep.
But
we've been a defensively sound team.
I still think you guys are gelling. And I said this at the beginning of the season, and it's even more true now since you have a new manager. But I think after the World Cup, we'll really start to see the real Chelsea kind of unfold and shine a little bit better than right now, because you guys are still figuring things out. But I do think it makes it difficult for you guys to be competitive in the league if you're taking that much time to try and get your ducks in a row.
Everything together.
So,
yeah.
I'm
with you.
It'll be interesting. Let's you guys want to quickly hit these the international break? We got some, so we've highlighted 2 teams, and I'm gonna, if you want to pause the video here and take a guess at which 2 teams we are highlighting in the international break, I'll give you just a moment. This is my shout out to Agamador. He's a chess YouTuber, in case you guys are wondering.
Oh.
And if you correctly selected England and the USA, give yourself a pat on the back. You are correct. We are talking about England and the USA. So England, this international break, they're going away to Italy, and they are playing Germany at home. 2 tough teams. Of course, Italy are not in the World Cup this year. Germany are. So those will be good warm-ups for the World Cup. USA, they're hosting. Well, they're not hosting. They're playing Japan in Germany, and then Saudi Arabia in Spain. They're doing, this is the European warm-up, I guess. It's just easier to have the players come to Europe than it is to have everyone come to America. And I also think that those teams like Japan and Saudi Arabia, they don't want to come to America to play those matches. I wonder where Mexico's international games are being played. I would imagine those are also in Europe as well. But so let's start with England. Two good warm-ups, you think, for the World Cup?
Yeah, I think there's 2 strong games. I mean, I think based on form in the international space, they should probably win both.
We kind of feel like we know what we're getting with England, right? Like at this point.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, especially with this international break, Pickford's injured.
Dean Henderson.
Pickford's injured, so that means Ramsdale and Nick Pope will get some playing time.
Dean Henderson is the best goalkeeper.
Starts. I think I disagree. I think out of those 3 on form, I think it's either Pope or Ramsdale.
Yeah, Dean Henderson is shipping goals left, right, and center at Nottingham Forest.
He's so mad at you right now. He's like, "What do you mean?
They
just lost 3-2."
He's the best goalkeeper.
2 weeks in a row, they lost 3-2.
He's the best goalkeeper in England. What do you want from him? He's dealing with a championship defense.
Disagree. False.
No, I disagree. It's a brand new Premier League defense. They're gonna be.
Maybe he's a championship goalkeeper.
Dang. James just wants Ramsdale starting.
I'm sorry. I think Dean Henderson has a high ceiling, but are you trying to tell me that on form at this moment in time, you would pick Dean Henderson over either Nick Pope or Aaron Ramsdale? I think you're smoking crack.
Because he's more skillful.
What are you talking? More skillful? What?
He is better in goal than the other 2.
Have you watched Aaron Ramsdale play football? He's an immaculate passer. He has incredible shot stopping.
No, he has a benefit. I'm gonna compliment you while I while I desecrate you. Ramsdale is not a good goalkeeper. It's Saliba and Gabriel that keep him clean. I've argued this for Lloris for a long time. Lloris isn't that great of a goalkeeper.
Agreed.
He's honest. He's not. It's just that he had Jan Vertonghen and Toby Alderweireld right in front of him forever. Ramsdale's not a good goalkeeper, man.
That's a hot take right there.
I just don't think you watch
He's
football.
not.
I think that you don't watch football.
Are you? You don't watch the games?
I do watch the games. That's why I rate Ramsdale.
He's not good. He's.
I mean, but to be fair though, to be fair to Sean here though, you did rate Harry Maguire.
Okay, this year you are dragging up 5.5-year-old thoughts about Harry Maguire.
Ramsdale's serviceable. He is not the starting. Wow. He's not the starting England goalkeeper.
Shit. Give Spurs some dubs, and Sean's whole new taking hot takes to everything.
Why do you think that Pickford keeps getting picked?
Because Gareth Southgate is a homer, and he just keeps picking his guys. Harry Maguire keeps getting picked. Harry Maguire hasn't played for England. Luke Shaw keeps getting picked. Luke Shaw doesn't play for his club team, but he keeps picking his boys because that's who Gareth Southgate is.
All right.
And your calculus for why, like, oh, we should trust Southgate. Clearly, he has a pulse on it. You hate Southgate. You think he sucks. Southgate. So why would we default to why does Southgate pick Pickford? Like, how is that a useful thing in this conversation?
Ramsdale sucks.
Yeah, you're smoking crack. I'm willing to admit that he's not. I'm willing to concede the fact that he might not be the best goalkeeper in England, but to say that he sucks, or to say that Dean Henderson is better than him, or to say that he is
Dean Henderson is better than him.
USA. All right, so we know what we're getting in England. Do we know the best striker for USA? Do we know what the best 11 is for USA?
It's Ferreira, right?
I think it's Pepe.
Oh.
Sargent.
Oh my gosh. Norwich. God, we got 3 different answers. We did not rehearse this before. We got 3 different answers.
I don't think
off the cuff.
No. Like I don't think we know what the best 11 is.
I could see Ferreira. I could see Ferreira.
I think you have Pulisic, Reina. We don't know who the 9 is.
Reina's injured. He's not playing.
No, he's healthy.
He's back.
He played it against City, didn't he?
Yeah, he just played he's playing for Dortmund now. He's back playing again.
I thought he was injured.
Back from injury. He was, but he's back from injury.
Okay.
Weston McKennie gets the team.
Who's our goalie? Weston McKennie's clearly in the team, 100%.
It's got to be the Arsenal guy, right?
It's got to be Matt Turner, I think.
It's not Zach. Oh, Stefan's not even getting any minutes. I mean, neither is Turner, but
but Turner.
It's got to be Turner.
Turner was playing for New England. Excuse me, I just punched my microphone. Turner was playing for New England before he left for Arsenal, and then he had preseason, and so like it's kind of hard to compare it against the MLS goalkeepers. But I think it's got to be Turner. It probably starts as Turner. And if he doesn't play well, then Stefan comes in. But I imagine, I imagine it's Turner.
Selena?
Maybe. He's so young though.
Yeah, but you get those caps now.
I think
Poland is trying to pull him.
Well, I think who's going to be our center back pairing is going to be more interesting. But I don't know. I think that Japan is a perennially good international football team. That'll be a good test. And then Saudi Arabia, I think, is the idea. Like, play Saudi Arabia. They're probably going to be pretty similar to Iran.
They're good.
Yeah. So
Saudi Arabia and Iran are both good. They're really good football team.
But we'll see. So we picked, obviously this is an EPL podcast. That's why we talked about England. And we're all Americans. That's why we talked about the USA. But interestingly enough, of course, these two teams have been drawn against each other they're in the same group in the World Cup. So something you should keep an eye on if you're an American or if you're English. Keep an eye on both these teams. Of course, Wales and Iran are the other teams that are joining them in that group. I forget what letter it is, but I'm going to say Group C. I don't know. It's Group C now until someone corrects me.
Sure. Even when they correct us, it's still Group C.
Joel, let me know. Let me know in the comments. I'm sure you know. But yeah, that's all we got right now. That's what we got. So if you're still listening, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, follow, all those good things. Leave us a comment down below. Tell us what you're looking forward to this weekend. Tell us if you think that the EPL All-Star Game is a good idea. And I will.
No. Would you prefer?
It's stupid.
Would you prefer the All-Star Game or a skills competition?
Neither is also an option. Neither is.
So if you had to pick, no. If you had to pick between the two, which one would you rather watch?
Cyanide. That's a terrible choice. Anyway, leave us a comment. Hit us up on Twitter. That's at KSBradG. Down below, that's at Whiteheart_John. I am at James Tiffany. We collectively are at RedCardRadio. We'd love to hear from you. But until next time, check back next week. We will get back into the swing of things, and it'll be kind of a normal week. And we'll see.
What?
Maybe have a guest. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Check back in. It might be interesting. But until next time, have a good one. Good night.